Hi guys, it's Rochelle again, and I was making a new crystal grid today and thought, you know what? I'm going to make a video in the hopes that others may find this helpful as well. With the holidays here, I know that it can be a stressful time. Yes, it can be a lot of fun, very exciting, but it can still be very stressful. You know, time management, finances, family arrangements, yada, yada, yada. So I like creating a rose quartz grid to help me stay in the right frame of mind and help keep my vibrations higher, if at all possible. I'll take whatever kind of help I can get, you know? Rose quartz, for those who do not know already, is a semi-precious stone. Here's a good... Let me see if I can get this. Isn't that beautiful? It's a semi-precious stone that is in the quartz family. It is a light pink color, and this stone is all about love. Unconditional love, self-love, romantic love, platonic friendly love, family love, pretty much all love. It helps us to also accept love in all of its forms, including unconditional love from the universe. It has a very calming energy. It can calm our feelings of anger, jealousy, resentment, even help mend a broken heart. It helps us use loving expression with others. It opens up our heart chakras and has a higher vibration, which helps us keep our higher vibration as well. It is said to help clear illnesses associated with the heart. However, just a quick disclaimer here, guys. I am not a doctor, and I am no gemologist or metaphysical expert. I just simply have been researching and learning about crystals and using them in my work for over a decade now. I encourage you to research for yourself if you have not already. So let me show you what I have here. Yeah, you can hear my stuff knocking over. This is just a regular basic piece of parchment paper, 8.5 by 11, regular printer size, that I printed off and I put into a picture frame with a mat just to make it a little bit bigger. So the picture inside is 8.5 by 11. See, there you go. Whole picture. All right. Now, you don't have to, put it in a picture frame if you don't want to. You can just simply print out a piece of paper. You could print one if you wanted with your own hand. I'm just not artistic like that by any means, so I always use the printer. You don't even have to have a piece of paper, really, if you don't want to. You could put your crystals down on any kind of hard surface, really, and make your own pattern if you want. You don't even have to have a pattern. You could put it on your, dresser. You could put it on your dining table. You could put it on your kitchen counters, a bedside table, whatever. Small area is good. You could also even use larger stones if you wanted, like in your backyard. Or you can use little itty bitty tiny little chips and make a small little crystal grid. It really just comes down to your own personal preference and your intentions. So the next thing I do is I grab, oops. Okay, sorry about that. I think we're not going to, I let him out, so hopefully we won't hear him too loud. Like I said, it really just comes down to personal preference and intentions. So the next thing that I do is grab the crystals that I'm going to use. And I have all of these. Oopsie. Butterfingers. I have all these rough crystals, raw, that I use. And I also have the centerpiece, which I already showed you. This my daughter bought for me for Mother's Day. I absolutely adore it. So I'm also going to be adding just a few pieces of clear rose quartz and 4 pieces of black tourmaline. All of them are all rough. Nothing really polished or anything like that. You don't have to spend lots of money in order to be able to do this. Okay, so the next thing that I do, the clear quartz I use for, really it's like a master stone. I mean, you can pretty much put any vibration from any of the other stones into a crystal, a clear quartz crystal, I should say. However, in this particular grid, the reason I'm using it is to amplify the grid that I currently have. So it's really going to be taking that love and intentions, universal, unconditional love, and amplifying it. And then the black tourmaline, I use that in order to protect the grid from any kind of lower vibrations and any kind of negative energy. Now, before I lay out my grid, I have made sure that all of my stones have been cleared of any negative energy and are energetically charged. So I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet and informative, so I'm not going to go all into how to clear and charge the stones in this video. Maybe perhaps a future video showing this. However, there are tons and tons of videos and resources on the internet and in books explaining just how to achieve these methods. So next, I create a personal bond with each stone, holding them in my palm and planting my intentions mentally into the stone. Okay? I'm holding it. I've already done this with all of them, but just for video, you know, I wanted to show you what I do. So for instance, I will hold the rose quartz and either say out loud or in my mind, help me give and receive all forms of unconditional love. And then I do this with each one separately. And then I take the clear quartz crystals and I do the same, giving my intentions for amplifying my grid to the universe. And I do the same with the black tourmaline, giving my intentions for protection from lower vibrational negative energy. And on a piece of paper, I write down my intentions, which I've done just on a little Post-it note. If you want to be more elaborate than that, you can get fancy with it if you want, or you can just put it on a little Post-it. So then I fold this up into like 4, just small enough to put it under my center. So now what I do is I start laying out all of my stones. Just so you can see. I put all of them, all of the tourmaline in the corners. Let's see here. And then I place them all. Okay, am I missing one? I put one here. One here. Oh, here it is. Don't mind me. Okay. So now, and yes, that's my Sully baby in the background, just causing havoc like every day. So now it is all set up. What I do is I just place this in the center. And then I go through starting in the corners. And I use my center pointer crystal. And I say in my mind my intentions again. Going through, following the grid around. Yeah. And then I continue. I'm just trying to get this right here. Connecting everything. Here we go. And I place this on the center. Now, I like using this hard surface simply because this grid is going to last you roughly about 30 days now. I put it in a place where hopefully it doesn't get disturbed or touched by anything, because this is all about energy and intention now. And now that I've put my energy and intention into this grid, I don't want anyone else messing with it, or like our little boy Sully, who likes to get in trouble and likes to steal things off of the counters and all that. So that's why I like putting it on a, little hard surface, so that if I have to, I can put it up higher somewhere where I know he can't reach it. So just a side note here also, you can make all types of grids. You can make love, tranquility, healing, health, prosperity, abundance, pretty much anything that you have intentions for. So, keep that in mind and do research if you haven't already about the different kinds of gemstones and things that there are out there. Another side note here also, no matter what kind of grid that I'm doing, I always try to either have a center or something that has rose quartz in it, because all of my intentions, all of my grids that I always do, always come from a loving place. So never wanting anyone to be harmed in my intentions. So I always use rose quartz in order to facilitate that, because it's such a calming stone. That's just how I do it. I do hope that you've enjoyed this video and found it useful for yourself or someone that you may know. And I will place a few links in the description area with some resources for you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Ciao.